Jack Bech out of TCU has been rising up the draft boards throughout this draft season, kind of seen as kind of a mid-round pick, I think, coming into this draft season. But the more people watch him, and myself included, you can't help but get more and more excited about him. And then with his fantastic week at the Senior Bowl and the Senior Bowl game performance, he's kind of a fringe second round, maybe even first round pick, depending on how some teams feel about him. I think he would be a fantastic fit with the Denver Broncos, and I'll showcase why. Again, guys, like, subscribe, let me know your thoughts on Jack Bech in the comments. Do you want him on your team? If you're not a Broncos fan, just an NFL draft nerd, hey, let me know. But we're going to dive into a handful of plays that he had against SMU earlier this year. Then we'll kind of get into his overall draft profile a little bit, see kind of where PFF has him ranked on their wide receiver rankings, big board, all of that. So let's go ahead and get started. Oh, and how could I forget? Shout out to Guru Film Room for having the largest database of raw game film and player cut-ups. Links in the description if you want to join that. But let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna hop around this game a little bit, guys. This comes at some point in the midpoint of the game, but just watch this route. Watch this route running against press coverage. Look at the release. Watch what he does over the middle. I mean, I think that this is just a great example of what Jack Bech brings to an NFL team. We'll watch it here as well. I do have to pause at certain points in the video just to avoid any copyrights, but watch this. Nice little setup there on the release. Gets the inside leverage. Then wide open, getting the yak, not going down. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff right there. Again, a bigger wide receiver, 6'2", 215 pounds, physical. Broncos fans say, yeah, it kind of reminds you a little bit of Eric Decker in some ways. And yeah, you can totally see it. A great possession receiver that also has, quite possibly some better route running skills than Eric Decker. And, I didn't see any of him, tripping over his own feet, stuff like that. But we'll watch the end zone view of it here. Josh Hoover getting the ball out. See right there. Good separation. And then just not going down. Just impressive stuff. Absolutely love that play. Let's watch this deep corner route. Now imagine him in an NFL offense right here, where, this is in shotgun. You got, two wide receivers out to the left, but a little 2-by-1. But imagine him in like a tight formation here. The hash marks are more narrow in the NFL, but imagine him in kind of a bunch formation. Sean Payton will do that and then spread those guys out, so to speak. Just watch how he gets deep. Really sells it. Oh, it's a little flea flicker as well, so that helps. Yeah, I forgot about that. But again, just a guy who can run that corner really well. And another yak monster, man. Another yak catch. Touchdown. Beautiful stuff. Love to see that. Now, this double move here, you guys are going to love. 33-26 mark. Oh, that's 32-26. Let's get to the, here we go. So you see Jack Bech up top. Now, remember, he's dealing with off coverage right here, okay? And the fact that he can get over the top on this corner because of his feet right here, his route running, really, really solid. I mean, just watch this. It's a thing of beauty. A little hesitation. Almost broke his ankles right there, and he just flies by. Just flies by. Great contested catch, or catch along the sideline, not contested catch, but showing great concentration. And yeah, Ball's a little underthrown, so he has to adjust to it, slow down, make sure he drags his feet, and that's exactly what he does. A really nice route here from Jack Bech. Take a look at it here. We'll pump fake on the double move and just showing great concentration, man. I think he gets both feet down right there. Really, really solid. Let's watch him. I believe this is a little scissors concept that we got coming up here, the 38-41 mark. And this goes for a touchdown as well. So, and there's multiple ways in which you can get him the ball. We'll show him in the screen game, I think, in a little bit. But watch this. I mean, lined up outside. Nice little pick route there from the slot receiver there. Getting a little scissors action. Ball's already out, thrown with anticipation, running towards the middle. And just watch what he does here. Catches the ball. He knows he's running into contact, but he catches the ball, and then he does his thing, making a guy miss, going through tackles, carrying a defender into the end zone. Are you kidding me? This is stuff that, again, he's going to be facing stronger guys. But remember, SMU is a really good team this year. Um, he has the body to still rack up the yak, so to speak, in the NFL. Showing some sweet feet there for a prototypical X wide receiver. Very, very nice. Let's see what he does in terms of, the screen game right here at the, right here is a fourth down play, and you're going to see him get the ball here on just a little, quick route running inside. Nice little pick there from maybe that's Savion Williams. I'm not sure. But this is 4th and 1. Nice little pick. He's going to have to still make this SMU corner right over here miss. Adjusts well to this inaccurate ball thrown. And it's an inaccurate ball that could lead to this being a turnover on downs, even though it's 4th and short. But he's able to catch it, work through the contact, just not going down. I mean, just really impressive falling forward. I love to see that from Jack Bech. Let's take a look at this hitch route that he did. It's kind of like a deep hitch, 26-47. But again, a guy that you can put over the middle. He's not going to shy away from the contact. Works his way back towards the ball and then getting upfield again. Love to see it. Then here at the 4:56 mark at the beginning of the game, Josh Huber was not on it for this first half. I mean, it was a rough first half for him. But you can imagine him in the NFL, especially with a guy like Bo Nix, running some of these dig routes over the middle. Again, Josh Hoover dealing with some pressure. So maybe it's not totally on him, but makes the right read here. It's just thrown a little inaccurately. You want to see Jack Bech come up with this, but he had a really low drop rate, under 2% on the year. This just wasn't thrown where he was running at all. He really had to change up his direction here to adjust to it. You can see, that can just be a tough catch, but you can see kind of how he's used. He can run the corner routes. He can run the double moves, the fades. We can take a look at a fade here in a bit. He can run the hitches, the digs. A guy you can get the ball to in space on like a screen very, very quickly. So a guy that can line up in the slot. He can line up out wide. Very versatile. A good blocker as well. And he showcased that at the Senior Bowl this week. Yeah, we can take a look at this. This was a really nice fade route, but it's just knocked out of his hands. Really good play here from the DB. Here again up top. there in the slot. Again, gets a good release right there, trying to fit it in between these two defenders in this zone coverage, but safety comes out and just makes a good play. But again, I'm just trying to show some examples that he is very comfortable running a lot of routes. I feel like that will be used in the NFL. And again, he can vary up his releases as well. He can beat press in a various amounts of ways. He can still get over the top, as you can see, even on some off coverage, which is interesting. But overall, he's a guy that you're going to be able to get the ball to, and he's going to rack up the yak. Let's take a look at some of his statistics as well. Bear with me for just a second. Again, the dynasty community probably won't be as big on Jack Bech just because he was a senior breakout. Wasn't very productive. I can't remember what school he was at. Was it Ole Miss? Prior to him coming out to TCU, but you can see here. I mean, once he was involved in this offense, in an offense, 1,000-yard receiver, almost 17 yards of reception, 9 touchdowns. It's just insane. And again, a guy that had about what a quarter of his snaps in the slot. Very versatile kind of guy. Yards per route run, 2.44. Drop rate is fantastic. Contested catch rate, fantastic. Great against man coverage. Not the best, but still very, very good. One drop on the year, 17 forced missed tackles. I think that there's a lot to like with him. And when you take a look again at a size 6'2", 215, just turned 22 years old, PFF has him ranked right now the 38th overall prospect. So they're in the second round. They have him ranked as wide receiver 6, just behind Alec Manor, Matthew Golden, Mecca Ibuka, Luca Burton, Tet McMillan, and they should honestly have Travis Hunter out there as well. So maybe like wide receiver 7, depending on what you're thinking Travis Hunter is going to be. But I think he's going to play both ways coming out there. But definitely, I think that if he's available in the second round or even for the Broncos, depending on how the draft goes at pick 20, he has to be considered, there. And I think that he's a guy that definitely uh, should profile as a starter that can become very, very good in the NFL. And yeah, I can't wait to see where he goes. I would be thrilled if he ends up on the Broncos. So, y'all let me know your thoughts. Jack Bech, what is your opinion on him? Where would you rank him with the other rookie wide receivers coming into the NFL draft? Let me know. I'll be back with more film rooms later on. Really appreciate it, guys. We'll take a look at how about Jalen Royals as well, another wide receiver around that day 2 range. So I'll be back again soon. Like, subscribe on the way out. Go Broncos.